Good afternoon, I'm Rob Boskamp, and you're listening to South Texas Midday. Thank you for joining me on this Monday, January 5th. Jury selection begins today in Corpus Christi in the trial of a former school district police officer charged in connection with the response to the Uvalde school shooting in 2022. Texas Public Radio's Maria Navarro has more.
Adrian Gonzalez was part of the law enforcement response to the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School, which killed 19 students and 2 teachers. Gonzalez faces 29 felony counts of abandoning or endangering a child for his alleged inactions during the response. He's pleaded not guilty to all the charges. The case will be heard in a Corpus Christi courtroom after Gonzalez's lawyers successfully secured a venue change away from Uvalde, citing concerns that a local jury could not be impartial. Former Uvalde Schools Police Chief Pete Arredondo is the only other officer to be indicted. He is awaiting a separate trial. I'm Maria Navarro in San Antonio.
After 37 years, Dr. Donna Shaver has stepped down as Texas coordinator of the Sea Turtle Stranding and Salvage Network. Shaver announced her departure from the role in a social media post just before the new year. She oversaw the coordination of sea turtle response, research, and conservation efforts across the state. Shaver remains chief of the Division of Sea Turtle Science and Recovery at Padre Island National Seashore. She said in her social media post she cannot answer questions about her departure, but expressed gratitude to the network's supporters and participants after the past 37 years. South Texas health system officials say about 24 people are showing up daily with the flu. KRGV reports that since September, about 2,000 people have shown up with the flu at their ERs. Of those, 150 had to be hospitalized for flu-related complications, and most patients are young adults.
20s to 30s, and I think that largely is because of lack of access to health care. Usually those, the 20 to 30 are kind of like the working middle class or patients that don't have a doctor.
That was STHS Program Director Michael Minoski speaking with KRGV. Minoski says while half of those hospitalized got their flu shot, the current trend is typical for this time of year. He said most patients don't have access to the vaccine. That, along with travelers to the region this time of year, has caused a spike. On average, STHS treats 25 to 30 flu patients daily. Federal and state authorities have quarantined over 1,000 acres of citrus crops after discovering the presence of Mexican fruit flies in South Texas. Texas Public Radio's Jerry Clayton has more.
Officials with the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service at the Texas Department of Agriculture say the Mex fly larvae have been identified in farmland in Hidalgo and Cameron counties in South Texas. An earlier quarantine was ordered in December after the pests were found in a grapefruit grove in La Feria. Officials say fruit should not be left hanging on trees or lying on the ground, and people should not send any fruit outside the quarantined areas. The Mex fly is attracted to citrus fruits like grapefruits, oranges, and mangoes. The USDA says the fruit flies pose a serious threat for the Texas citrus industry. I'm Jerry Clayton in San Antonio.
Mexican officials with the National Service of Agroalimentary Health, Safety, and Quality have confirmed New World's screwworm was identified at the end of last month in a 6-day-old calf in the Mexican state of Tamaulipas, about 200 miles from the Texas-Mexico border. This marks the first reported case in Tamaulipas. The flesh-eating larval parasite has been found across Central America and Mexico, but was eradicated from the U.S. decades ago. It's considered a threat to livestock, pets, and wildlife. Several cases of NWS were reported last year in the Mexican state of Nuevo León, but none have so far reached the U.S. President Trump says American companies will take over Venezuela's reserves following the United States' capture of leader Nicolas Maduro. Houston Public Media's Natalie Weber tells us more about the implications for the industry in Texas and beyond.
After the U.S. seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, American officials sent it to the Texas coast, about an hour south of Houston. The city also serves as the headquarters for Chevron, the only American oil producer still operating in Venezuela. Francisco Manaldi is the director of the Latin America Energy Program at Rice University's Baker Institute for Public Policy. He says many oil firms direct their Latin American operations from the city.
Houston is going to be the center of a lot of the potential activity of investment in Venezuela. It has a long history of a connection to Venezuela.
In a statement, Chevron said it continues to, quote, operate in full compliance with all relevant laws and regulations. I'm Natalie Weber in Houston.
The Brownsville Public Library System kicks off the new year with the return of its adult computer literacy classes. The free classes provide hands-on instruction to build or hone computer skills that are becoming more important for everyday tasks such as job searching, communication, and accessing online service. Classes will be held on Tuesdays in January beginning tomorrow at 2 library locations. Morning sessions will take place at the Southmost branch at 4320 Southmost Boulevard beginning at 10:30 a.m. Evening sessions will be offered at the main branch at 2600 Central Boulevard beginning at 5 p.m. For information about adult computer literacy classes and other Brownsville library programs, visit brownsvilletx.gov. And in sports, the Corpus Christi IceRays snapped a 4-game losing streak this weekend, defeating the Amarillo Wranglers 4-2 on Friday and 6-3 on Saturday. The victories propelled the IceRays to 6th place in the NAHL South Division standings. In college basketball, it was a South Texas Showdown as Texas A&M Corpus Christi and UTRGV faced off in Edinburgh and was part of both Southland Conference play and their university rivalry series. The Vaqueros women's team used a big second half in Edinburgh to defeat the Islanders 58-47 on Saturday. Junior guard Jalea Ingram earned her 4th 20-plus point game as she led UTRGV with 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals. The TAMU-CC men's team held off UTRGV 63-59 to split the Showdown series. The Islanders shot about 43% from the field overall and an even 40% from three-point range, while holding the Vaqueros to just 2 of 19 shooting from beyond the arc. And the Texas A&M Kingsville basketball teams prevailed this weekend in their respective conference games. The women's team defeated Cameron University on Friday 70-41, and then Oklahoma Christian University on Sunday 65-61 at the Steinke Physical Education Center. The men's team also went 2 for 2 in conference games, defeating Cameron on Friday 85-83 and Oklahoma Christian on Sunday 71-63. Both teams will face the University of Texas Dallas on Thursday as they continue conference play. And that is the latest news and information on South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.